Good evening, Netravati, Mahalakshmi, and Komala. Can you able to hear me? Yes, whether my voice is audible? Am I audible, girls? Okay. So it's already instructed to switch on the video. So once the session begins, please switch on your video. Before that, sit in a comfortable position so that you can keep a mobile at one side and focus on the content, because ಅದನ್ನ mobile ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ, so you can't focus on the content or the teaching. So I request everyone to switch on the video once the session begins. I start the session at 6:05. Still 3 more minutes to go. Settle at one place. Make your mobile to locate at one place, and I am not going to listen anything like network problem, that this. You can switch on your video. Nimag network problem nimagidre nanage modle gottagatte adu. It will show here in my meeting. So I will understand what lies you are telling. So please don't be over smart, and switching on your video should be compulsory once the session begins. Keep a support for the mobile so that your video will be stable. ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. Fine. Mahalakshmi, Jyoti, Komala, switch on your video. Only Netravati switched on her video. Yes, keep a mobile at one place and then focus on studies. Fine. Komala and Jyoti, be fast. Okay. Mahalakshmi switched on her video. Netravati, Satya, Priyanka, Jyoti, Komala, I am waiting for your video to switch on. Don't waste my time and your time to switch on the video, because I want to start the session. Most of them will not switch on. Nan background sari illa, illa alli kutkondidini, illi kutkondidini anta. We will not see your background. We will see the students. ಅದನ್ನ ಇದನ್ನ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇರೋ ಹಾಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು videos. Okay. So in the last session, we learned regarding the seeds, girls, regarding the germination of seeds. Today, we are going to deal with the last concept of this chapter. Just a minute. So that is a fruit. Regarding fruit, we are going to discuss today. Types of seeds we discussed in the last class. Germination of seeds. Yeah. We discussed. Dormancy we discussed. Then, 3 main basic reasons. This we have to start today. Okay, good evening, girls. This is Nidhi ma'am, your biology teacher. Sankalp Learning Solutions. Okay, so in the last session, we discussed regarding the seed dormancy. Seed ಹೇಗೆ germinate ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ dormancy ಅಂದ್ರೆ resting phase ಯಾಕಿರತ್ತೆ. Many of the seeds form ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದು germinate ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ? Because those seeds will be waiting for the favorable conditions. Once the conditions are favorable, like humidity, temperature, so once the condition is favorable, then the seed will germinate. So three main basic reasons of dormancy of seed. Idu theorygilla, but it is very important for NEET. So what are the three main basic reasons? Yake dormancy of seed agate? The first one is impermeability of seed coat. See the word impermeability. Impermeability. Im means what? Not allowing. Permeability, permission of seed coat means the seed coat will be impermeable to the water, to the nutrients, anything. As you can read here, the seed coats of many species of Leguminosae. Leguminosae means the groundnut will come here. Convolvulaceae families are completely impermeable to moisture, that is water, and oxygen at the time of their maturity. So once our mature seeds agbekandaga, the seed coat will be impermeable. Impermeable andre ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಇವು ನೀರನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬಿಡೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. So seed coat in these families are thick and very hard. Their cell wall is covered by a layer of lignin. ಯಾವಾಗ thick ಮತ್ತೆ hard ಅನ್ನೋ ಪದ ಬಯಾಲಜಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೋ, especially in the plants, you should know that it will be a deposition of lignin, which is a waterproof coating. So once you understand the water is not being absorbed antandre, the seed coat will be covered by a lignin. Okay, just a minute. Satya, hello. I think this is your first class of biology.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which is a waterproof coating. Such seeds take more time for germination. Next, your video should be switched on till the session gets over. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ತರ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. Please switch on your video. The dormancy of seeds break by different artificial methods. So artificial methods ಇಂದ ಈ dormancy of seeds ಅಥವಾ resting phase of seeds ಅನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. What are these artificial methods? ಒಂದನೇ artificial method ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, by making minute hole or pores with the help of pointed sharp apparatus on the seed coat. For example, if this is a seed, consider roughly this as a seed, you have to make a small hole or a pore with the help of pointed sharp apparatus on the seed coat. Seed coat ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು small hole ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ you should not cover whole seed with the pores or the holes. ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ there will be attack of fungi. So only a minute pore should be done. Next one, the seeds are rubbed on hard object so that seed coat become thin. The best example here is badam. Not a badam what you will get in this one, not the almonds what you will get in the shops. So if you have a habit of taking that badam fruit from the tree or almond fruit from tree, pink color it will be there. See, did you notice? Pink color one, in that almond will be there. Okay, so avaga we used to do in our childhood, we used to break it with the stone and we used to get the seed, that almond. So the seeds are rubbed on the hard objects so that seed coat become thin. Next one is the partial degeneration of seed coat is carried by the action of sulfuric acid, very strong acid, girls. So when a seed is immersed in a sulfuric acid for few minutes, seed coat ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, partial degeneration ಅಂದ್ರೆ partial breakdown of seed coat occurs, which can be removed easily. So these are the artificial method how you can break the dormancy of the seeds. Komala, Nagalambika, Mahalakshmi, Jyoti and Priyanka. Then under natural conditions, seed dormancy is gradually overcome by the action of microbes. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ artificial methods ಆಯ್ತು, which are man-made methods ಆಯ್ತು. Next, natural conditions ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು seed dormancy ಅನ್ನ break ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ by the action of microbes or the bacteria in the soil. So what they will do under natural condition, the bacteria or which are present in the soil, their elementary canal will be there. the digestive system. Okay, so those alimentary canal, when those bacteria feeds on this fruit, okay, of fruit eater birds are due to the presence of high or cold temperature. So due to temperature variation, they will feed, and that feeding of the seeds, or the alimentary canal, what they excrete, the waste, that will help to break the dormancy of the seed. This is how dormancy of the seed is brought about by artificial method as well as by a natural method. Right? Yeah. Fine. In ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಲೇಟರ್ it's your responsibility. Okay, dormant embryo. So along with the dormant seed, we have a concept of dormant embryo too. This is actually, it is not there in the theory, it is there in the NEET syllabus. So what is this dormant embryo antandre? Dormant means resting phase. Here embryo itself will rest. Priyanka, can you read out the slide?
In many species, although the embryo is completely not matured, when the seed ripen, even then it falls to germinate whenever the environmental conditions are favorable, or even seed coat is removed. This is known as embryo dormancy.
Okay. So in many species, what happens, even though embryo is completely, it is not matured, the ovule in the embryo, the ovule which becomes seed alva, so that will be ripen. Adu ripen adru, embryo will not be developed in the embryo sac. So whenever environmental conditions are favorable, that time seed coat is removed. That this condition where embryo is not matured, where ovule is converted already into seed, a condition ge we will call it as embryo dormancy anta. This will not come in NEET. NEET alli en barodu andre, embryo dormancy occurs in many fruit yielding plants of forest. Elli kandu barutte nimge? Yava plant alli kandu barutte? We will see embryo dormancy in fruit yielding plants. How? This condition is achieved due to physiological action of seed. Seedina karanadindra ee dormant embryo agatte. Yake anta andre, such a type of seed must completely their enzymatic and chemical reaction before germination. In the lack of these reactions, seeds are unable to germinate. Such seeds are kept in low temperature. Due to this, seed dormancy can be broken. So when favorable condition is not met by a seed, okay, such seeds are kept in a low temperature. Namige seed iga germinate agode beda anta andaga, desirable temperature, desirable moisture alli idade, when we kept it in a low temperature, seed dormancy can be broken. Next, the low temperature is the main reason for a germination of seeds of apple, peaches, pears, maple and pine. Very good. So iga when we were young, so we used to hear that apple Kashmir dal matra beleyate anta. Nowadays you can see many of other places too are growing apple. Not the Kashmiri kind of apple, they are growing the other varieties of apple. Yav reeti anta andre, by maintaining the low temperature. Apple seeds ige en beku, the low temperature should be maintained. Adanna ನಾವು ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ರೆ, that seed will germinate to give the apples. So this is one of the, what we can say, application anta ಹೇಳ್ಬಹುದು. Next we have germination inhibitors, girls. So what are these germination inhibitors? Germination of some seeds is sometimes checked or prevented by the presence of some chemical compounds which are called germination inhibitors. Chemicals na use ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು germination of seed na stop ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, those chemicals which we used alva, that is called as germination inhibitor anta. What are the examples of it? Ferulic acid ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು germination inhibitor. It is present in tomato juice. Coumarin, abscisic acid, dormin and para-ascorbic acid. Andre ferulic acid which is present in tomato juice, coumarin ಅನ್ನೋ chemical, abscisic acid ABA ಅನ್ನೋ chemical, ಡಾರ್ಮಿನ್, ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ಆಸ್ಕೋರ್ಬಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ these are involved as germination inhibitors. Andre they will not allow the seed to germinate. This condition is generally found in xerophytic plants. Xerophytic plants andre the plants which grow in desert, ಮರಳುಗಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯೋ plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರದ್ದು ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. These germination inhibitors washed away with water is known as leaching. So favorable conditions bandaga, when it rains, when the water is sufficient, when the moisture is sufficient for the plant to grow, avaga the germination inhibitors anta en heltivi, the chemicals which I said now, those will wash away. Avu neerin jode kochkondu hogtave. That process is called as leaching. I hope you understood this slide. Yes, is it clear, girls? Okay. If you can't speak, you can just message me, because I need response. Until that, I can't move forward. Fine. You can scribble it down. If you want any points, I will give you 2 minutes of time. Fine. Diksha, Nagalambika, Jyoti, your videos are switched off still. Kannada, Hindi, English, matten matadli. Please switch on your video. It's a request. Instruction aitu, strict warning aitu. Now we are requesting you to switch on the video, right? Nagalambika, you attended late. College ಇಂದ ಬರೋದು ಲೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ರಶ್ ಇತ್ತು. Okay. Whoever wants the points, please take it down. Very important. Once you completed, let me know. Okay, let me proceed. The next one is regarding the fruit. So fertilized ovule will become seed. Fertilized ovary, when we take a gynoecium or a carpel, regarding one carpel, this is stigma, this is style, and this is ovary. So after fertilization, this ovary becomes fruit. So that is why we call fruit as fertilized ovary, or one more thing is ripened ovary. Ripened ovary is nothing but the fruit. So here you can see fertilized ovary with or without seed together with any accessory structures. Accessory structures and the bandaga. Here we will get the thalamus. Here we will get the other parts of the flower like calyx or sepals. That all accessory parts. Avu include agirbodu, include agdeno irbodu. Sometimes after fertilization enagatte, petals, sepals annode enide. These part of the flowers are there, no accessory parts. So these will wither off. Otherwise, sometimes you can see them in fruit also. ಸೊ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್? ರೈಪನ್ಡ್ ಓವರಿ ಆರ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಓವರಿ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as pomology. Study of fruit is called pomology. On the basis of formation of fruits, they are classified into true fruits and false fruits. Classification of fruit is very important. ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಇಂಟು 2 ಟೈಪ್ಸ್. ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಓವರಿ, ಅ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಒನ್, ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಓವರಿಯಿಂದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಗೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಫ್ರೂಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಪೆಟಲ್ಸ್, ಸೆಪಲ್ಸ್, ಥಲಾಮಸ್, ಯಾವುದರ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ಮೆಂಟು ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಎ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಓನರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಟು ಓವರಿ ಅದರ್ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸು ಕೂಡ. ಅಂತ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಟ್ರೂ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್. Then a fruit that is formed without fertilization, fertilization ne ilde. Fertilization andre enu? There is no fusion of male gamete with a female gamete. Without fertilization, if any fruit is developed, such seed, their seed will also be not developed. Such fruits are called as parthenocarpic fruits. Such fruits are called parthenocarpic fruits. So true fruits anta bandaga, false fruit ge example apple. Apple is a false fruit example. Strawberry is a false fruit example. Yake andre in the apple the true fruit is only this much. Ishte true fruit irodu. Whatever we are eating alva, it is a swollen thalamus. Actually the true fruit is only this much in apple. Okay, and whatever in strawberry you are eating, no, the whole fruit, whatever you are eating, that flesh part, flesh anta anbedi madam, now vegetarian anta helbedi, flesh means the soft part of the fruit, so that is nothing but a swollen thalamus. True fruit ellide andre naduvalli irodu yaudu, you, it appears sweet, see, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹುಳಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಒನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಸ್ವೀಟ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಟ್ರೂ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಬೆರಿ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಆಪಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಬೆರಿ ಆರ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಸೀಡೋ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೀಡೋ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೀಡೋ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಡ್. ಈಗಲೇ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ, ನಾನು ಹೇಗ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್. ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ based on the flower. ಒಂದೇ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಇದ್ದು, one flower, the fruit developed from single flower, from one carpel. one carpel ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಈ ತರ ಗೈನೋಶಿಯಂ ಇದ್ರೆ, from one carpel and syncarpus ovules ಅಂದ್ರೆ syncarpal ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ the whatever the carpels will be there, no, those carpels will be fused. ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೋ ದಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ, ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಹತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ಅಂಥ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಇಂದ ಬರೋ ಫ್ರೂಟಿಗೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಗೇಟ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೇಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್, ಮೋನೋಕಾರ್ಪೆಲರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಒಂದೇ ಗೈನೋಶಿಯಂ ಇಂದ ಅದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಗೈನೋಶಿಯಂ ಹೇಗಿರತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಅದರ್ ಗೈನೋಶಿಯಂ. ಆ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ ಏನಿರತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಅದರ್ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಅದರ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. The other fruit which develops from single flower, which develops from single carpel, monocarpel ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದೇ ಗೈನೋಶಿಯಂ ಇಂದ ಅದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಪೋಕಾರ್ಪಸ್. ಅಪೋಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಪೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೀ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೈನೋಶಿಯಂ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾರ್ಪೆಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತವೆ, ದೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ರೀ. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇರೋ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇಂದ if fruit is developed, then it is called as aggregate fruit. Then it is called as aggregate fruit. Next, if whole inflorescence, the floral axis anta ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, if whole inflorescence develops into fruit ಅಂತ ಆದಾಗ, then it is called as composite fruit. What it is called? Composite fruit. So on the basis of flower, there are 3 types of fruits: simple, aggregate, composite. On the basis of development of ovary, we have 2 fruits, true fruits and false fruits. I will dictate you, please note down it. Just a minute. I'm sorry. Here at the center, girls, write down classification of fruits. Classification of fruits. One second. Okay, classification of fruit. First one is true fruit. True fruit. Here second one is false fruit. True fruit, false fruit, or it is called pseudo fruit. Pseudo or false fruit. True fruit is developed from ovary only. True fruit edrinda develop agate ovary only. False fruit develops from ovary and other accessory parts. Illi varagu barkoli, afterwards I will tell. Once you completed till true and false fruit, let me know. False fruit kelagade develops from ovary under the false fruit. Write down, develops from ovary. I'm sorry. And other parts of flower. Develops from ovary and other parts of flower. Example of true fruit. Illi kelagade barkoli. Example: beans, cotton, tomato, orange and mango. Examples are very important, that's why. Beans, cotton, tomato, orange and mango. True fruit alli. False fruit ge bandaga apple and strawberry. Next. Completed till here, girls? All of you? Okay. Now, we will put another Diksha. Hi. You also entered late. Fine. Classification of fruits. The other flow chart you put, again you put classification of fruits as a heading. Classification of fruits. So here we have 3 types: simple, aggregate, and composite. Simple, aggregate, and composite. Okay. Under simple, I will dictate, please write down. Under simple, develops from single flower, having syncarpous ovary, in bracket write down monocarpellary, mono or multicarpellary, mono or multicarpellary. I repeat, the simple fruits develops from single flower having syncarpous ovary. Syncarpous andre the fused, the carpels will be fused there. Fuse ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ, ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಹತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತವೆ. Syncarpous ovary. So it will be monocarpellary or multicarpellary. ಒಂದೇ female reproductive part ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ many ಇರಬಹುದು. Okay, shall I proceed with aggregate? Okay, next, develops from aggregate ಅಲ್ಲಿ develops from single flower, develops from single flower having apocarpous ovary, having apocarpous. Apocarpous means carpels will be free, having apocarpous ovary. Develops from single flower having apocarpous ovary. Here also in bracket write down mono or multi carpel, mono or multicarpel. Okay girls, shall I proceed with composite fruit? Develops from entire inflorescence. Composite fruit develops from entire inflorescence. Inflorescence. Develops from entire inflorescence. Okay, take the example of simple fruit. Simple fruit example: strawberry, mango, coconut. Strawberry, mango, coconut. Aggregate fruit: ಮೈಖೇಲಿಯಾ ಚಂಪಕ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಂಪಿಗೆ ಹೂ. ಸಂಪಿಗೆ ಹೂ ಅದು ನೀವು ಹಣ್ಣು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬಹುದಲ್ವಾ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈಖೇಲಿಯಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನೋನಾ, ANNONA, ಅನೋನಾ. ಮೈಖೇಲಿಯಾ, ಅನೋನಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ composite fruit, jackfruit. Jackfruit is a best example of composite fruit, and pineapple. Jackfruit and pineapple. Fine. Now let us proceed with the other two remaining concepts. I'm sorry. Okay. Now we have the very strange concept which is called as polyembryony. Poly means what? Many. Embryo, many embryo means polyembryony, which is commonly found in gymnosperms, but it is also found in some of the angiospermic plants such as orange, lemon, nicotiana. Orange alli, lemon alli, nicotiana dalli we can observe many embryos anta. From one ovary, one day ovary in the many embryos. If polyembryony develops naturally, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ? ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ತನ್ನಂತಾನೆ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲಿಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಿ ಆದ್ರೆ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲಿ, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಿ. ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಿ, ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋನಿ. ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ವೆನ್ ಮೆನಿ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ from separate embryo sac inside the ovule. So polyembryony andre ovary, ಒಂದೇ ಓವರಿಯಿಂದ many embryos ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಗೆ we will call polyembryony. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, it appears as polyembryony, ಆದ್ರೆ polyembryony ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, you can see here many embryos are formed from separate embryo sac. ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಂದ ಎಂಬ್ರಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರು, ವೆನ್ ದ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್, ಇಟ್ it is called as pseudopolyembryony anta. Pseudopolyembryony. Okay, next. When many embryos are formed inside the single embryo sac, it is called true polyembryony. I will show you the video. So, illi cleavage of zygote or budding. Hege polyembryony agate? Zygote annodin form agiratalva, the fusion of male and female gamete. That zygote will undergo cleavage. Cleave agate. Cell division alla. Cleavage is different. Matte athwa it will become budding. Budding agate. Buds are formed on zygote. Next, by the fertilization of synergids, a sperm or a male gamete, instead of fertilizing the egg cell, it fertilizes synergid cells. Avaga. Then fertilization of antipodal cells. Male gamete to egg cell jote fuse agi, matte antipodal cells jote no fuse adre, then polyembryony will be seen. Okay. Now tell me whether this concept is clear for everyone. Is it okay? Yes, Nagalambika, Komala, Jyoti, Netravati, any doubt? Diksha, Satya and Priyanka. Any doubt whether the concept is clear?
No, ma'am.
Concept is not clear. Shall I repeat it? Okay, fine. 1 minute. I will show you the polyembryony video. So here, this is a practical video which you can also do at your home. Okay, just a minute. Polyembryony is usually seen in citrus fruits. Here they considered a lemon fruit. So this you can try at home. Organic lemons you should choose and collect the seeds. Like this, how they are collecting. The seeds should be healthy. Do not damage the seeds and don't consider thin and transparent seeds. Like this. Thin and small seeds should be avoided. Next, soak them overnight. Keep it. Andre, ratri ella nene idi anta. After that, the next day, remove the water and just remove the seed cover. Nidhanavagi tegibeku. Remove the seed cover. You should do it very carefully. So when you remove the seed cover, you will get the green color like structure, girls. You can see now. That brown color patch should also be removed, that brown layer. Okay, so this is a green color what you got out from the seed. Now, you have to take a wet towel, not too much wet also, and put the seed in that wet towel. Close it. Wrap the towel, not so much tightly, but it should not be attacked by any fungus and all. Don't keep it in a hot or a very dry place. Once you see after 2 weeks, observe it carefully. Observe, okay, not only see, observe it. So from one green color structure got germinated, Alnodi, from one green color structure, you got 2 things. 2 plumules are out. Can you see there? One green color structure in that, 2 plumules are out. Can you see? Yes. So 2 plumules means it indicates that this is a plant 1 and plant 2. Plant 1 matte plant 2 andre, the formation of more than 1 embryo from a single fertilized ovum. Okay, understood, no? So one day seed in that, one day green color structure in that, 2 structures you saw which are plumule-like structure. This indicates many embryos, more than 1 embryo is there in the seed. This condition is called as polyembryony. Artha aita? Understood all of you? Okay. Next. The last one is apomixis. It is nothing but a modified form of asexual reproduction in which seeds are formed but without fertilization. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, suppose if you consider this as an embryo sac ಅಲ್ಲಿ one egg cell, 2 synergids will be there, 3 antipodal cells will be there, 1 central cell will be there. Okay, embryo sac will be covered by a nucellus anta layer irutte alva. So nucellus layer alli cells will be what? Diploid in nature. So once without fertilization, if this one of the nucellus cell which is diploid in nature, that develops into embryo, sudden ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು nucellus cell ಅಥವಾ integument, ovule layers alliro cell which are diploid in condition, they suddenly become or mature into embryo. So avaga, when they mature into embryo, there is no need of fertilization. Embryo develops into then fruit. Okay, so this condition is called as apomixis. Apo means what? Away. Mixis means what? Mixing. So away from mixing, away from the fusion of gametes, such condition is called as apomixis, where other than the fusion, the other diploid cell in the embryo sac, in the female gametophyte, directly becomes embryo. Understood this condition? This is called as apomixis. Okay, see here you can see that apomixis is usually associated with polyploidy, the organism that can produce by a apomixis is called apomict anta heltevi. So usually grasses will produced by this. The best example is grasses which can produce by a apomixis. Next we have other condition which is called parthenocarpine, seedless fruits, that we are aware of. So it is the development of fruit in an unfertilized flower. ಯಾವ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲೋ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಯ್ತು, then there is no question of seed development. So such fruits will be developed without seeds. Such fruits are called as parthenocarpic fruits. Nowadays we have varieties of parthenocarpic fruits like pineapple, grapes, apple, pear and banana. So these are 3 main important concepts: apomixis, parthenocarpine and polyembryony. I hope you got it. Whether all these 3 concepts are clear? Yes, whether all these 3 concepts are clear? Any doubts in this? Be frank and let me know. ಮೌನ ಗೌರಿ ವ್ರತನ ಶ್ರಾವಣ ಮಾಸದಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಶ್ರಾವಣ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. You can switch on the mic. We are technically strong today. The mic is there on a screen. You can switch on, you can tell. Yak matadodillappa devre. My previous batch was not like this. Okay. So this is regarding the concept of sexual reproduction in plants. Today, here we completed the chapter. And from the next session, we are going to solve multiple choice question. I am strictly instructing you all, if you sit like this without telling anything, without responding, it is waste of time for you and for me also. Tale novu, tale hidkoli, bejar madkoli, expression kodi, facial expression. I can understand your psychology because I am a teacher. Okay. ಸುಮ್ನೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮೂವಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿ. We are not so beautiful like an actress. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಡಿ ಮೂವಿ ತರ. To be respond, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆನೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಅದನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? Then how we are going to attempt multiple choice questions? When we try to tell you multiple choice question, unless you respond, it will be waste. Explanation ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Multiple choice question ಅಲ್ಲಿ SSLC students ಹೆಂಗೆ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. My chat box will be filled. SSLC students I am telling about. And you know they are purely from Kannada medium students. They don't know technical ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ನಾವೇ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೀವಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಚಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ. ಮೇಕ್ ದ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವೈ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅವ್ರೊಂದು ಕೊರಿತಾರೆ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ, ಇವರು ಬಂದು ಕೊರಿತಾರೆ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಕೊರಿತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, 1 ವರ್ಷನೇ ಕೊರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನೀವೇ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊರಿತಿದ್ದಿದ್ ನಾವು. ಬಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್, ಫಾರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್. ನಿಮಗ್ ನೀವೇ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗದೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ okay. So take down the most important theory questions from this unit. It is from a very famous publication textbook. 1 mark question, take down it. The first question: papaya plants exhibit xenogamy. 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 Papaya plants exhibit xenogamy. And most of them know at the first session or second session, they used to respond. I will not tell the student's name. They used to respond in a very good way, at least in a chat box. Nowadays, they are also sitting quietly. Okay, this is for 1 mark. And again, you have the next question for 1 mark. What is polyembryony? What is polyembryony? What is polyembryony? Next question: what is perisperm? What is perisperm? Fourth one: what is monosporic type of embryo sac development? What is monosporic type of embryo sac development? Whatever content we are presenting through a PPT, it is not just made hinge kutkondu aramavagi madilla adanna. We sat day and night and did it. Every faculty did it. ಇವಳೇನೋ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊತಾಳೆ, ತಂದೆ ಕೊಚ್ಕೋತಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಕೊಚ್ಕೋತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. We did for your sake. So make use of it. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಒಬ್ರದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಚಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay, what is perisperm? Next one is fourth question: what is monosporic type of embryo? What is monosporic type of embryo sac development? What is monosporic type of embryo sac development? What is monosporic type of embryo sac development? Next, second main question: briefly explain the structure of pollen grains. Briefly explain the structure of pollen grains. Next question: what is xenogamy? What is xenogamy? Mention its importance. What is xenogamy? Mention its importance. ಇವೆರಡಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? This is a 2 marks question. What is xenogamy? Mention its importance. Third main question, 3 marks question these are. Third main ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 marks questions ಇದೆ. First one, neat labeled diagram of, I repeat girls, neat labeled diagram. 3 marks question ನಲ್ಲಿ first one, neat labeled diagram of LS. LS ಅಂದ್ರೆ longitudinal section. Neat labeled diagram of LS, longitudinal section of typical flower. Neat labeled diagram of longitudinal section of typical flower. Second question in 3 marks. Explain the structure of mature female gametophyte. Explain the structure of mature female gametophyte in flowering plants. In flowering plants. Explain the structure of mature female gametophyte in flowering plants. Third question in 3 marks. What is apomixis? What is apomixis? Mention its significance. What is apomixis? Mention its significance. Okay. So these are the important questions. You have to mail me the answer sheet along with the question. One nimisha. Please check the chat box. Chat box. Check the chat box. Okay. There I messaged my mail ID. This is my mail ID. You have to mail. You have to mail the this worksheet by Thursday evening 7 p.m. or today by 10 p.m. The worksheet should have your name. Worksheet should have your name, your college name. Your college name should be written. Question and then answer. Question, kedagade answer. Should be submitted. Understood all of you? You have to take the pic image. A image na please try to convert it into PDF. Yella smartphone allu adanna PDF madak baratte. You can convert it into PDF and mail me. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So in the YouTube, if you just type how to mail, you will get one short video. One short video ಇದೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. If you have the mail ID, you can mail it. Please mail it. I will be waiting for correcting your worksheet. I hope the session is clear. And I believe you all that in the upcoming session, you guys will respond. Whether I believe or not, that also you say me. Don't say me with your the silent smile, the facial expression, the hand gestures and all. Just tell me, will you interact from next session or no? ನಾನು ಎಸ್ ಹೇಳ ನೀನ್ ಎಸ್ ಹೇಳ ಯಾರು ಎಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನ್ ಮೈಕ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ ಏನು ಹಾ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಗಾಡ್ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದೀಕ್ಷಾ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮೀ ಓಕೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ Priyanka messaged me, okay. All are living beings then I taught the living things. Okay, fine then. Thank you for your messages. Don't take my words too much seriously. I talked because ನೀವ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಲೇಜಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ನೋಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಯುವರ್ ಫೇಸಸ್. ಇವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇವ್ರದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ನಾನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. Okay, then you will understand. Fine. Okay, my future doctors and my future engineers, let me end the session here. Take care. Bye-bye.